All right, welcome back to a little bit more oxygen not included. Final episode. Might notice a few things here. Number one, it's it's the 1386 cycle. We only have one duplicate, and I'll explain why in a moment. So let's go through some of the things that I've been doing off camera. Let me tell you, it has been a brutal bear. So, first things first, everything is pretty much the same over here, except I added a we added a coffee shop or a soda fountain here. We got rid of our horrible person who, those people that we won't mention them. So we only had a sculptor could do really bad art. So I think that's kind of I like that art. It's kind of funny. Look, abstract sculpture, and I put a carbon dioxide pit down here with the carbon dioxide to bring the carbon dioxide up here. This pump will pump out all the carbon dioxide that goes here. I haven't hooked up the pipe yet for that. I expanded the tank here for polluted water to feed our pinch of pepper nuts. Of course, we could grow more if we wanted to. You'll notice all these are dying. We don't have any duplicates, right? We only have one. And, well, there's a reason for that. Let's see, what else did I do in the base? I don't think I did anything else significant in the base. Let's go down and back off here. I got rid of all the ladders. Oh, the ladders are gone. Every ladder removed. Oh, so gorgeous. Empty space. Empty space. Got rid of all the ladders over here. Got rid of all the ladders over here. Now, you might remember one of the goals that I had. So, of course, we have our vacuum here. We've got our natural gas here. We've got our petroleum here. But you'll notice the crude oil's gone. Well, I converted all the crude oil on the map into petroleum. Well, we can't use crude oil anyway as power source, and we can't use petroleum as power source. So I just went in and converted it into petroleum, and so it's just sitting there. I remember that big tank of hydrogen. Well, let me go over here, and you can see. Oh yeah, I got rid of all the ladders over here. Replaced a whole bunch of stuff with plastic. There's our cooling loop. I extended that a little bit, and here is our temperature or insulated pipes, and there's our liquid oxygen. Liquid oxygen. Yeah, liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen right there. Of course, our steam engines. I've just used some Wheeze warts to cool these down. No super, advanced cooling system, and they've done a pretty good job. Keeping the whole area nice and chill. Down here, of course, this is all the same. Oh, let's go down this way. We still have this going on here. I'll show you what this is in a minute. We moved all of our industrial center up to here. I don't know if I did that in the previous one, but I moved all the industry up here. I added a couple more hydrogen generators. You'll see why in a moment. So we added, put the industrial center up here. We moved this over here. We've got that. Now, here's some hydrogen. I didn't move the hydrogen. All that hydrogen that I was storing. Well, we used it. We used it all to produce liquid hydrogen. It takes a lot of hydrogen to make that much. It was about up to here at one point. You'll see what's going on here in a few minutes. But so all that's been taken care of. And there's a big room here. We went in and built the monument. That's all done. I put some statues in there. So yeah, where's the decor? So it's nice and pretty over there. Let's move over here, and you can see a whole bunch of steam here. And this whole room is pretty. This whole area here. And then you see this like little thing. It just looks really weird, doesn't it? Well, I've got a liquid pump. That liquid pump brings liquid up to the electrolyzers up here for oxygen production. It also brings water. So plumbing. Liquid pipe. Liquid pipe. So I just attached the liquid pipe all over here and brought that over to the soda fountains. I didn't want to use pinch and pepper nuts for food, or the coffee station, which regretfully we weren't able to do because we were growing it with stuffed berries and barbecue and gristleberries and so on and so forth. I think this is where the hydrogen was. It was over here somewhere, but I got rid of all. We used it all, and then we've got this really odd-looking thing, and I'm going to explain that in just a moment. Let's go down to the bottom of the map. All of this has been cored out. Everything is gone here. So the only thing that remains is our cool steam vent with the steam power here, or the steam turbine. That pumps water up into, let's go to our plumbing. So that pumps water from here. If there's any water, it brings it up, zoom, all the way up into here to get, turned into water. This is just an overflow. If there's any salt water or brine laying on the map that I can use, they just dump it off into here, and the liquid pump brings it in and drops it into there. This is an overflow for water. There's a liquid pump up here. I built it up here in case I wanted the pitcher pumps here and no longer in our water tank that we had over here. And because I was moving the water moving the because this was all sealed up, you can't get in here. It's all sealed. I needed a place for them to grab water from in case they needed water. So we just put the excess water in here in this little thing. If the water gets up higher than this, it just sucks it up, brings it up, and brings it through our salination system and cleans it out. Then we have this contraption. I'll show you what that's all about in just a moment. This has all been cleaned out. There's our salt water that we were using earlier, so that's all been taken care of. So it pumps water up to the top of the map here to get cleaned out. Let's move down here. I couldn't get the gold volcano to work right, so I just enclosed it in some obsidian. I mean, I'm not worried about it. It's 3,000 degrees in there. Obsidian melts at 4,000. I'm not worried about it. And we could dump this if we wanted to. This, of course, is infection polluted oxygen. We're not using that. There's the liquid water. Oh, by the way, let me do what's this one. There we go. Let's pull back a little bit. There we go. This is the water tank now. The new and improved water tank. Removed all the ladders and all the garbage in there. So all we have now is water. Just clean water. There's a little bit of polluted water right there. A little bit of salt water. But everything else is all water. This took a while to build. Whew, let me tell you. So all the ladders are gone. It's all cleaned out. This is all steam. Remember when we poured the water from the tank that was over here into down here? Well, it all turned into steam, and I've been slowly converting it into water. Back to here, and so yeah, just some basic ladders here to get us down to the bottom. Oh, I also built a couple memorials for the horde duplicates that were causing us so much problems, and they don't get any good sculptures. They get abstract. It's like the mushrooms to remember who they are. Yeah, a little bit of salt water there, a little bit of polluted. I couldn't mop it up. Just too much liquid. That's fine. We're not going to be pulling from here anyway. Let's go. You might wonder what this contraption is. And here's the entry point to get down into the bottom. Well, this, instead of having the steam and trying to convert the steam and move it into the tank, what I did is, let me check the temperature. So it's a little warm over here. It's 222 degrees. And we have these steam turbines running right here. And I'm just cooling liquid right here. Super coolant. And what you'll notice is, let me turn the game on. Let me go to medium fast speed. Well, there you go. There you go. Oh, there you go. See, it's starting to chill the water, and it's starting to slowly, and I do mean slowly, cool the area down. The water drops into into this big tank. And this started out, I think, at about, I can't remember. I think it was around 200 kilograms a tile, and now it's down to 80s and 70s. It's all been converted into water. Almost everything in here is steam. There's a little bit of hydrogen and polluted oxygen. Then what did I do? Well, I tiled in the map. So there we go. A nice big set of tiles. This took a little bit of time to build. I do mean a little time. I think I spent 100 cycles doing this. And I was tempted to do the rest of the bottom of the map, this area here. I'm like, no, that actually looks pretty nice. So it looks, that's pretty cool. It's all sedimentary rock. Every one of these tiles, all sedimentary rock. We had tons of it on this map. Let's go back over here, and we've got a saltwater geyser. Let's go to plumbing. Boink. And this water gets pulled out of here, through here, and across. It goes all the way up, and then gets converted into regular water. Then we have our iron volcano right here. This is, I added another steam turbine. This self-cools. You don't even need access to it. It charges up the smart batteries themselves. You don't have to worry about it. Same thing with the gold volcano. You don't need to add another steam turbine for this. I put 3 here. These were overheating a little bit, so I went ahead and added a third, and it has a little bit of liquid phosphorus got in here somehow. I'm not sure how it got in there, but it popped in there. It's not a big deal. It's not going to cause any problems. So what's happening now? If we look here, we've got our conveyors. These conveyors are still going the way they originally were, but now they're being brought up to the base along the side here, all the way up and dropped off right here to this area here, which just gets dropped gold and iron right there. And it's a little warm over here, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. If I wanted to cool it down, I could. Also, we've got a hydrogen vent here and a hydrogen vent here. I put a pump in there and a pump in here. Made it thermium because this does erupt at 900 some odd degrees. 932. I think it's the same temperature. Yeah, 932. And we're just pumping the hydrogen. We take a look at our ventilation. So this one comes down, down, and they connect right here. And they come over, and half of the hydrogen goes into these burners and burns it off. The other half goes down and into here. And then if you were to continue to play, obviously, you might need some more hydrogen. So go back to ventilation. Where's vents? Vency. There it is. So we have a pump in here made of steel. It comes up. And right in here, I have not connected this yet. I wanted this to get filled up. All we need to do is go boink like that. Put a bridge right here. That way the hydrogen can go down, but it will not go. So if I connected it right here, it would circle around and keep going in a circle. So half of it would go this way, the other half would go this way down to the vent. So what you do is you put a bridge. You put a bridge in like this. Boink, like that, and that would not allow the hydrogen to go out. And then you would need to cut a pipe, so it would go forward and back. You cut this pipe right here. It would go forward, and then half of it could go down this way, and the other half could go this way. And then you connect this pipe here to this one, and it would provide hydrogen to your base if you needed it. Just added some storage bins down here. This is all just, rocks and obsidian and sandstone and stuff. Just all oddball stuff. This is all metals and so on and so forth. This is, of course, all of our industrial ingredients. Was there anything else over here? Yep, saltwater geyser. We talked about that. Let's go up here. Here's the two vents. This is a natural gas vent. And our battery system is working really well. Staying pretty cool. If I would use supercoolant, it'd be a lot better, but I did not want to go to that expense or that that extreme of sending more rockets out just to get super cool. Of course, I just went ahead and tiled everything in. Let's go down. Okay, so we got that. Now let's go back over this way. Over hell. So what is this contraption? Well, I struggled for a long time to figure out how I could make this steam, well, you know, not be steam anymore. This would take, I don't know, 1,000 cycles just with this machine here to cool all this steam down. There's a lot of temperature in here, a lot of pressure. So I came up with this idea, and I was goofing around with it for a while, and I figured it out. So we have got some mechanized airlocks right here. This is, oh, also I have a cool slush geyser I tapped into right there. So we take a look at that. So that one's bringing cold liquid out. Same thing. It's getting brought up here. This is all radiant pipe. You do need to make your, if you're going to convert it to your desalinators, it does have to be radiant pipes. If not, the pipes will break as it creates water. Remember, water freezes at 32 degrees or so. So you need to cool. You need to take the temperature, and this has been working out great. Is radiant pipe all across here and then up, and yeah, there's some heat coming in from the salt water that's warmer, but this one's cold, so it comes in at 14 degrees. But if you look at the plumbing, there's the 18 degrees, and then by the time it reaches up here, it's about probably there's about 30 degrees. There you go, 36 degrees. So it's kind of mixing the heat and the temperature, and so it keeps the whole area nice and cool. Plus, we drop the water into this area. So take a look at the plumbing here. I cleaned up the plumbing a lot of cleaning up. And these two just come straight up into here. This water drops into this bay first. So this is good. Think of this kind of like a reservoir where we're assuring that oxygen production always continues with this. So this is our reservoir, right? This is metal tiles. So as you know, metal does a real good job of conducting heat. No, conducting temperature, hot and cold. So we have 148 degree water, 154 degree water. The tiles are 151 degrees. Now, all this water here, this used to be steam. All of it. Every bit of this. Now, well, not every bit, but some of the water that comes out here falls down here. And if this is full, well, it spills over the edge and then drops down to here. I had the tank up to about this point, and then dropped yeah, so I had this all built. What we do is we open this up here, like that. And water drops. The steam now comes into the area. Well, we're gonna let that open up. So the water already is at 190 degrees, and it's gonna cool the area at 160 degrees. So it has two benefits. It's already chilled, so now it's gonna help chill the area even more, because it's going to want to even the temperature out. Though the stuff up here is a little warmer because it's just been sitting up there. So now the steam's coming in here. You can see it. And you can already see it starting to turn into water. So we're letting all the steam, it's down to 61 kilograms, 80 kilograms down here. So all the steam's going to come in here. And I want to fill this up with steam. And once this is filled with steam, we want to get it all the way up to here. And then what that also has the added benefit of is, because we're filling this up with steam pressure from here, it's reducing the pressure in this whole giant steam bank, this massive pile of steam. Oh, saving game log. Way down here. So this has just been reducing slower and slower. Which also allows, because there's less pressure down here, which means there's less. So think about it this way: when you have a lot of steam and it has a lot of temperature involved in it, it holds the heat. So how much we get? 1,600, 7.5 kilograms. There we go. Let's go ahead and close this. That locks that. And then you can already see the water is now turning into liquid, filling up the bottom here, because it's taking the it's this is 150 degrees. You see the temperature changing right there because it's interacting with the hot steam. And so I've done this 4 times. I'm like, oh, this is a really cool idea, and it works. And then pretty soon I vacuumed all this out, but there was a little bit of oxygen up here. So when I opened the vacuum, and that's okay. I mean, it would have been a lot better if it was a vacuum, but it works. Not as effectively. I thought about vacuuming out again, but that was such a pain. And in about 5 cycles, all the steam will have turned into water. And you can already see how much water we've picked up. It's 193 degrees down here. And this will continue to do just that. Here you go. You can start to see it turning into water up here. And it's falling down into the bottom here, which also helps cool this water down. So now we're down to 63, 70, still 80 down here. Yeah, about 82. But this was, I think, at almost 200 kilograms of pressure. And we just keep running this for as long as we want. And, yeah. There we go. You can see the water splashing off. And this is all super coolant right here. Yeah, we'll talk about you in a minute. Okay, so, and that's, let's go to... So here's the wiring that we have going on now. Wiring has been cleaned up big time. I did a lot of cleaning up. It's all nice and clean now. There we go. Nice and clean. A little bit of wires here and there. A little circuit boardish over here, but that's okay. And it always looks good over there. There's our plumbing systems right there. So you can see all the water being moved from the different areas, being brought up, cleaned up, so on and so forth. And there you go. There's our oxygen overlay. All oxygen. I built two, what do you call them? Those thingamajabbers. Yeah, those things. I built 2 of those. There's our vents. Ventilation system. Still the same. This was feeding the liquid oxygen, so that was the exhaust vent. Let's go back so we can kind of see how that was working after the save game goes through. There we go. So let's take a look at that. So instead of trying to, build another mini Rodriguez with 4 of these, I just pumped the oxygen out from the base and dumped it right in here. And it will pump a kilo. It'll pump a kilo right into here. And of course, it's your basic standard cooling system. Yeah, so that's that. So, what do we have going on now, and why is there only 1 person left? Well, let me tell you about this map. Let me tell you about this map. First, let me have a cup of coffee, because, I'm thirsty. Okay, so let's talk about this map a little bit. And now, what would be the word for this map? Frustrating this map was. It was not a hard map. It was a frustrating map. There was water everywhere on this map. Everywhere on this map. And it was just, oh my goodness gracious. Because there was so much water on the map, I had to move stuff around all the time. So, Lake Town earned its name. Now it's kind of like Steamville right now. But we do have quite a bit of liquid water. I'm pretty happy about that. But yes, this was a frustrating map. Also, I think all the sporkids are gone. There might be a few left, but all the sporkids have been removed. Basically, they were just hanging out in the carbon dioxide, and I think I got rid of all the spork germs. That was another annoyance that I had. I'm like, man, I am not. Yeah, little bit zombie germ. Yeah, most of them, I think. I think there was some in the natural gas, but I think most of them are gone now. Yeah, I think we got rid of them all. But yeah, when I cut that spork, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have that stuff all in the base. But then I just, what I did is I sealed it up at pier, created the liquid lock, and yeah, apparently it died from heat or something. I don't know, yeah, but it died. I don't think there's any left. So that was very frustrating. The other frustrating part was, let me tell you, green energy sucks. Green energy sucks. I know a lot of you out there are like, oh, solar panels are great. Yeah, they produce all the power in the world. They do. They produce a lot of power. And I like them. They're great. As a portion of your power, I would prefer to use these and hydrogen because they have no emissions, which means you don't have to have, run these things, the carbon skimmers, which, takes power. So, yeah, green energy sucks if you're relying on it only. Now we have plenty of power. Like, my batteries have been charged the entire time. But there were times when I was just completely running out of power. And of course I had to, because of that, I had to have the duplicates run on the hamster wheels. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. And I just had to wait 2 or 3 cycles for the batteries to get all charged back up. And then we had problems with our solar power. We had problems with our robo miners. This was nothing but frustrating. A frustrating map. Not a hard map, but a frustrating map. Some of the bugs still haven't quite gotten worked out on. I mean, you obviously saw the duplicates not being, standing in midair, and you have to build a block underneath them, and then they can move. That hasn't been sorted out yet, but I'm sure they're working on it to get that fixed because that get a duplicate killed, If they're not in an atmosphere and they're in a bad area. And I think it has to do with when you're deconstructing like tiles and things like that. And I don't know if it happened 2 or 3 more times when I was playing off screen. And the amount of time that I put in to cleaning up the map, doing all this, getting rid of all the ladders, that kind of stuff, that was probably about 8 hours of just cleaning things up. This was a messy map. This was an extremely messy map, which I like. I enjoyed playing it. I really did enjoy playing it, but it was a messy map. And so, yeah, I don't ever want to play on a water world again. Oh yeah, here you go. See how it's working? It was such a simple solution. I was building steam turbines. I'm trying to pump steamer. I'm trying to pump water around, dropping water. I'm trying to think of different solutions. This was just so, you just come back to it every few 3, 4, 5 cycles. Water's, look, it's down to 1,600 grams, and there was 1,700. There's 1,400. What we had this up to. Yeah, it works like a charm. 3, 4 more cycles, this will all be gone, and you just dump it right in, and just keep adding water and removing the steam. The other thing you can see right here, I don't know if you saw it, but some water is being created. There it goes, right there. Because this is cooling down this, which is cooling down the steam, which is then creating water. There it goes. Another one dropped. So it has this kind of added benefit of it's real hands-free, very hands-free. You don't have to rely on power at all, You just vacuum the whole place out and it's all done. So yeah, this was a map that was a frustrating map, but it was actually fun to work on. It was difficult to work on, and there's our one duplicate. Where did our duplicates go? Well, let's talk about that. Let's go up here. There they are right there. They are. Let me pause the game. They are in sightseeing modules. Every one of our duplicates is in a sightseeing module. I've got rocket pilots in here. I've got I got Bubbles, Lindsay, and Max are the rocket pilots. And every duplicate is in there. Ada, Gossman, everybody. Everybody's in a rocket pilot. They can't get out. They've been in here for about 8 cycles or so. Oh, not that long. Five, probably 4 cycles. It took a while to get them all in there, too. Because they all wanted to go do stuff, other stuff. I'm like, nope, you got to come back. So, yeah. The only gantry I wasn't able to get rid of was this one. Because May was the last person I put in. And she couldn't remove her own gantry. So, there's that. So, why are we sending all of our duplicates off this base? Because I never want to come back to the water world again. I don't ever want to do this water world again. So they're going off to another colony, and it's kind of like you know, let's imagine for a moment Ada here getting printed out, and she gets printed out, and she's like, "Hey, I'm here," and there's nobody here. It's just her. It's just her with all the machines pretty much running without, it's all almost everything's automated except for the Weezwort being cool, but we don't need to cool those. And these down here really are automated as well, except for these 3. So these are automated, so we don't have to worry about those. But everything else is automated. It's all automated. So the only thing she needs to do is whatever tasks that she thinks she needs to do. So basically, these guys have been through the ringer. I mean, they've been through the ringer. Who was it? Otto. Yeah, Otto got stuck like 4 times down in the steam biome. Trying to get rid of all kinds of crap. He got stuck like 4 times. That poor guy. And I had to build blocks to get him out. He had to sleep one night because I didn't notice him. Noticed that he had a problem there, so everybody put up with a lot on this map, and they're taking they're leaving. They're leaving. It's time for them to leave. They're going to the next asteroid. That's the way I like to think it. Like, they have graduated. They do not want to be part of this map anymore. They have earned a well-rested vacation, and it's time to send them off to the Temple Terror. So let's launch these guys. Yeah, I already got them pre-programmed. All of them, all 3 of them, going to the Temple Terror. So let's launch these bad boys. No, I wanted to launch all 3 of them at the same time. We're going to get the cutscene. There it goes. We'll come back to this in a moment. We got to launch our other 2 rockets. Show the star map. There we go. We got to launch these. Hello. Game. Hello. Oh, unpause. There we go. Ah, yes. Yes. Ah. And they're off. They're going to be off to the next asteroid. Ah. Yeah. And poor, I don't even think we have our, yeah, all the beds are, see how the beds are now vacant. Oh, I created a hospital too. Rooms. Yeah, I created a hospital just to have one. It is a fully plumbed toilet. We don't have a doc. We never had a doctor, but we did create a a hospital, and I think that was the only thing I created. Yeah, I just blocked all that in. Oh, and I think that was it. Where's our? Where'd you go? Hello? Ada? Where are you at? I don't know. Don't know where she went. She went somewhere. Let's give her a skill point. And nobody's left. Ada, you can have carrying. How's that? I'll speed you up by a minute. How long will it take for those rockets to get there? 40 cycles. Yeah, 40 cycles to get there. We're not waiting 40 cycles for the duplicants to leave and be gone. Because let me tell you, I'm done with this map. I am done with this map. I'm going to have to take a break from Oxygen Not Included after this crazy map. There we go. All of our... Doink. I'll leave that open for a while. But yeah, everything is... I'm happy with the end result of the base build. Let's go back out. There we go. Let's take a nice big view of the base. There it is. Right there. I'm actually very happy how things turned out. I really liked moving the base up top. I thought that was a lot of fun. Printing pod is still down right here. That's where we started. Remember back in our earlier episodes, that was us right there. Right there. We built our base here, and people were getting scalded because I was putting them in oil biomes and things like that. Now we've got ourselves a we could take another duplicate. How about Liara? Sure. Welcome to... Now there's two of you. Have fun. I know it's a little hot down there, isn't it? So there is the final end result of the base. If I were to play this longer, the only thing I would really do would be try to get rid of all the steam. We've cored out the entirety of the map. I don't think I've cored out the... No, I've never cored out... I've cored out the map before, but not the magma biome before. So I've never done that. But this one, there is not a piece of mineral left on the map. And, yeah. So there we go. We could, obviously fill the bottom of the map up with water if we wanted to continue to play. But that is going to be it for this one. I really enjoyed the playthrough. I enjoyed, I frustratingly enjoyed it, is what I would say. It was a fun map to play. I don't ever want to do it again. Let's put it that way. I don't ever want to do the water world again with this level of detail. I mean, obviously, I didn't have to go to the crazy extremes that I went through. But I wanted my major goals for this I guess it's campaign, was to number one was to core out the map. That was my main objection. Number two, I wanted to play around with water. I wanted to take all of the salt water and turn it into water. Well, in this case, steam. So there we go. And I also wanted to core out. I wanted to core out everything. I'd seen Francis John drop water into a magma biome, and I'm like, oh, I've got to do that. So yeah, that was a lot of fun doing. And of course, we're now having to deal with all the steam that's on the map. But that was fun to do, and I'm glad I did it. And if you ever play Waterworld, I would, as frustrating as it probably will be, I would highly suggest that you do it because it was a lot of fun. And then I also wanted to kind of block in a whole big area of the map. The other objective I had was to move the base to the top of the map, to be at the top of the map with everything, and get rid of all the oil on the map. That was the other objective that I had. No oil left. There's no oil left on this map at all. Zero. I have converted it all into petroleum. And then, of course, the other objective was to run clean energy. What a frustrating thing that was. And no, I did not build any steam turbines when I wasn't. Why are you scolding? Why are you scolding? I don't know. You shouldn't. Oh, it's hot over here. Yeah, she's not going to make it. Uh-huh. Well, we're probably going to have another duplicate death. Are you going to make it back? I think she's going to... Let's see if she makes it. Oh, we have some neural vacilators. She had to come up here into the 2,000 degree steam. Doing all right there, Ada? Yeah, I don't think you're going to be doing it well. She probably assigned herself to the bed. She should have anyway. Yep, she assigned herself to the bed. And it'll probably take her 2 days to get there, but what are you going to do? Yeah, the duplicates just do stupid stuff. But, yeah, anyways. So, yeah, I really enjoyed building this space. A lot different than the previous space that we built. Not a lot different, but not as large. Obviously, Atmos suits were on the outside of the base. Or outside, so they had to get into Atmos suits instead of being in Atmos suits all the time. I had to muck around a lot with the ventilation a lot to get them to work right, the way they should be working. But hey, live and learn. You know, you learn new things when you're playing. Are you still over here? You were just not. We are fast speed. You gonna make it? You're gonna fall asleep. You're probably gonna fall asleep. Aren't you? Yeah. How's the water? How's our water situation? Yeah, there you go. Works great. Down to 56. 70. 75. Yeah. So this would take probably another 6, 7, 60, 70 cycles, and I could get rid of all this steam and convert it into water. But that's that. I think we did well. I think I had a lot of fun doing this map, and we're gonna be playing on. I've played on the next playthrough is going to be on Volcania. I've goofed around on the cold map before, and it's okay. I might do it, but I've goofed around on it, played on it. It's just cold. That's all there is to it. It's just you guys deal with cold. It's not as hard as you might think. We'll do Volcania next. I will not be using indestructible suits, so they're going to have to repair the suits. And on that one, we're going to deal with magma channels. Well, we're going to have all kinds of. We're going to try to do all the different challenges of that map. But I think I'm going to take a long Well-deserved break. Did you make it to the hospital? There she is. You gotta go to the bathroom? I don't even know if she'll be able to make it to the bathroom. Can I make it to the bathroom? Uh-huh. Yeah, she's going to make it to the bathroom. I think that's about it. I don't think she's going to be able to eat. Uh-huh. If you pee, there you go. Okay. So we'll be doing the Volcania next. I want to mess around with magma a lot more. I try my hand at a petroleum boiler. I've never built one of those before, and I want to mess around. Yeah, and maybe we can mess around with steam a little bit more. I really had a lot of fun making the steam turbines down here. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Maybe we can mess around with that a little bit and see how that works. Here's the other one. Having a little trouble there. I don't think they need Atmos suits now. Oh yes, there's some hot environments. Is the other one eating? Or is she sleeping? Oh, there she is. Yeah, had little problems there. Yeah, you're going to be there for a while. There's nobody to help you out. Anyways, yeah, we're going to mess around with volcanoes. We're going to do Volcania next. We're going to... I'm probably going to mess around with rocketry a little bit more. Even though I built some really cool rockets that I like. That really worked. That was a lot of fun. I do want to mess around with rocketry a little bit more. Add a lot more rockets. A lot more shuttle rockets. A lot more gathering of resources from the different. So, maybe have like 6 rockets. Who's starving? Ada. Yeah. Probably should go eat there. Yeah, she's doing okay. She'll get some food. We don't have a cook right now, but that's okay. There's 4 million or 400,000 calories. If I get rid of this, there's like a ton of calories in here. And of course, there's tons of calories in here. And she's got to go all the way down over here to eat at the mess table. Yeah, that's what happens when you go play in some really hot steam. I want to mess around with rockets a little bit more. I want to do some, maybe use jet packs and stuff like that for the rockets. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something fun with Volcania. I really have the only objective I have on that map is going to be messing around with magma. And I'm going to magnify put a lot of magma on, make it hot. And we're going to have to mess around with that. So we'll increase the challenge a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to go and show you that, yeah, you don't need to worry about like things being hard and draconian. I might do a really super hard playthrough, but I just find it annoying more than anything else. So that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I certainly enjoyed the challenge, the frustration, and building a really fun base. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.